We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Run stuff.
Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the steel. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it start? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We are live for another Ordinal hour, and it's going to be a special one because there's no Yagobi today, right? So, the handcuffs are off. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a fun one. I'm going to just rip through stuff today. It's going to be fun. I'm going to just destroy projects. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a fun one, though. We got Satoshi, community member, legend. He's everywhere. He's a goose. He hangs out in OSD sometimes. He's been a community member of Ordinal Revolution for a long time, and I really appreciate all you guys who've been community members. So, when Yagobi's not here, if I'm not here, it's nice to being able to chat with a community member. And today it's Satoshi. For today's show, we got a lot of stuff going on, but just so you guys know, this is the last show for the week. There will be no show tomorrow, and there will be no show on Friday, but we'll be back Monday in full force, me and Yagobi together, so it should be fun. But throughout the next couple days, we're going to have a lot of different things going on. We're going to be putting out shorts. We're going to be, we got a blogger's camera. We're going to be walking around, kind of giving you guys the feel of what Nashville feels like, right? So we're going to make sure that you guys feel the same way of actually being there. So we're going to do a really good job with that. Hopefully everything turns out good. So no promises because it is our first time doing it, but let's get the show started. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring in my partner here. It's Satoshi, man. Welcome to Ordinal Revolution. Thank you so much for being here.
Yo, let's go. Many honks. How you doing, mate?
Many honks. Good, man. How are you feeling, dude? We were talking before the show. Your dog's bags are down bad, but how are you feeling right now about runes and ordinals and this ecosystem?
Bullish. I still think we're all relatively early. Maybe we're not going to get our 100x's that we were going to get at the start of it, but I think there's still a good 10, 20x in a lot of projects. So yeah, still relatively bullish. What about you? Yeah,
man, I feel the same way. I'm really bullish on I've been buying Liquidium yesterday. I'm buying it off the floor. That's one that I'm really big on. I think utility tokens on Bitcoin are gonna be big. So I mean, I definitely want to get, when the Fluid token comes out, that's definitely something I want to hold. Liquidium, something I don't want to hold, and then obviously Bank and all the other utility tokens. I've been just really doing my due diligence, man. Have you accumulated any utility tokens, or are you just mainly in the memes?
Mainly in the memes, to be honest, but a couple of utility tokens have caught my attention. So
yeah.
1 or 2.
Are you looking to get
Fluid and liquidity token too? So that's good.
Awesome. Are you looking to get any Liquidium? Did you buy any off the floor yesterday after the airdrop?
I did okay in my airdrop because I was farming that from quite early on.
Oh,
So
were you?
I just sat back really. So yeah, I didn't really buy any, but I let a little bit go in the hype, but I've kept quite a bit too.
Good for you, man. Good for you. All right. Let's kind of get this thing started here. So yesterday, I was actually hoping for Tesla to come out yesterday and say they bought more Bitcoin, but they're still holding the $640 million that they bought originally in 2021. But they did sell off some in 2022, but they're still holding on, man. What do you think about Tesla still keeping their Bitcoin?
I don't know. Musk seems like he's I don't know, he's not an unsharp person, so it seems like probably a good investment to keep hold of your Bitcoin really now, especially when you see, I don't know, like a lot more people talking about it than there has been in the last couple of years. So yeah, keep it. I'd say.
I was definitely hoping for some in. I was hoping for they adding some Bitcoin, but it is what it is. Moving along here, spot ETF
Would
yesterday
you
for
sell any
Ethereum.
though?
Of course not. But I'm not. But
That's what I
I
mean. You
was.
wouldn't. If I had that much Bitcoin, I'd be selling none of it, not a penny. So no.
Yeah, man. So the spot ETF for Ethereum went live yesterday. It surpassed $1 billion on its first day. What do you think about Ethereum and the ETF for what's going on? Because obviously, we're Bitcoiners, right? But everything we're playing with up here is considered an altcoin, right? So if Ethereum does well, perceived ordinals and runes will do well as well, right? What do you think about Ethereum ETF?
I don't know. I mean, I probably have a little bit of bag bias because I'm not really that bullish on Ethereum. I think that when the data storage element came to Bitcoin and it's decentralized, it kind of underpins a lot of the stuff that you can do on Ethereum. But I mean, it does have the volume, so it will probably do well. But I personally myself, I'm not really that bothered about Ethereum.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But it is crypto, and it does feel like a risk on asset, right? So if Ethereum's getting bought up, that's when I can think we're gonna really notice that our coins are going up too. Because when Bitcoin's getting bought up by these big hedge firms and everything, hedge funds and stuff, it's considered a risk on moment, and that's when it gets degen, right? So I think we got to hope for Ethereum to go up, the ETF to do really well, for our bags to be pushed over here on the Bitcoin ordinals and Rune side of things. But jumping to the next thing here, David Bailey says we're in talks with Kamala Harris campaign for her to speak at the Bitcoin conference. I know you are in the UK, so our presidential situation probably looks nuts to you guys. But what do you think about a president going to a Bitcoin conference, which it like we were talking, it's kind of like if a prime minister went to a Bitcoin conference in the UK, right? So this is pretty big. Potentially have both of them there.
Yeah, I think it is very big. It's kind of like what we're saying about Musk not selling his Bitcoin. If you've got both political parties talking about Bitcoin and attending the Bitcoin conference, they both look to be making key changes to the policies based on it. It's all bullish news, I think. But yeah, no, I don't have much knowledge on the American system of politics, but I do know a little bit, like what you see in memes and stuff, but it's mostly influenced by memes. So
yeah. Political view of the US is influenced by memes. I love it.
pretty much.
Fred Krueger, someone that we are very highly on the show. I think Bob Lucas and Fred Krueger is people we talk about a lot. But Fred says it would appear 80% of the Gox coins have been distributed. So Fred is calling the Mt. Gox stuff the final boss, right? There's nothing else stopping us now. Like, we had the Germany stuff, we had the Mt. Gox looming, all these coins were getting distributed apparently, but 80% are distributed, and we didn't see the price action really fall. And if anything, it went up right, after the coins were being distributed. So what do you think about these Mt. Gox coins? And do you think, this has any effect going forward? Do you think they start selling soon?
But it's like we had touched on before when we were chatting backstage. I think on the larger scale, I don't think it has a massive effect on Bitcoin as a whole. But I think the SAT range of those Bitcoin assets might make a difference to the rare SAT market, because there will be a high volume of them that are all in that range.
Yeah, man. All right. We'll jump to the Bitcoin fear and greed. So yesterday was a 71. Last week was a 69. I'm going to give you a hint and say that they were it's pretty close to those numbers. What do you think the fear and greed is for today, Wednesday, July 24th?
Well, sadly, I think it's gone up probably to more like 73, 74. I'd rather it had gone down, but it's probably gone up.
So 69.
Ooh, it's on 69.
It's down.
That's good.
So 69 right before the Bitcoin conference, I think is fine, right? I think you know, it's I hope it stays 69 through the next 4 days.
Well, we're just talking
But,
about memes, weren't we? It's quite a memeable number as well, so that's quite good. Yeah, 69. I like that.
For sure. We're gonna jump into the Bitcoin price action. So we've been kind of sitting flat here. I mean, people want to talk about the ups, the downs, the ups, the downs, but in reality, we've been sideways for going on near 200 days. Look at this sideways action for 200 days. It's pretty incredible to see this because if you zoom out, right, we never saw really that. I mean, you see it on downward like accumulation patterns, right? Like accumulation, but you never see it after a run up and then accumulating. I mean, I don't really see it anywhere. It's usually like let's just say back in here, there was really no like sideways action until it really went up. And so it's pretty crazy to see this, that if we're accumulating here, where do we go? You know, and that's why I'm thinking we're eventually going to hit, you know, potentially around here, 600, 700K. So, which is, everyone says I'm nuts, but at the same time, we have accumulation pattern sitting here at $66,000.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullish stuff as well, like that you're seeing everywhere on the timeline. Like you're seeing quite a lot more people mentioning like subtly things like Bitcoin being used as the US reserve. And I know how you said that they were going to talk about at the conference about that. I mean, if that ever happened, that would be insane for the price. So
yeah, for sure. 100%, man. Like if they come out on Saturday, if Trump comes out and says, we're going to let you pay your taxes in Bitcoin, or we're going to add Bitcoin to the reserve, that would be monstrous. It would be insane. So, but we'll see. It's, you know, what's weird though, too, is if you go back and look at every conference, right? Bitcoin usually is buy the rumor, sell the news in the conference. This is the first time in the 4 years that I've been in Bitcoin where it hasn't went up into the conference and then dipped after the dip during the conference. Could we see a dip during the conference? I'm not really sure, but it's not looking that way. I think this conference is going to be the catalyst to really send us above 74K. What do you think about that?
No, I certainly think it could be. It's like you said, usually you see like a downward like kind of action before these events, not and that's not really happened. You've seen people accumulating, you've seen these releases of large amounts of Bitcoin where people think there's going to be a massive dip in the price. It's just not happened. So I think it's still bullish news. So I think we've got a lot more action to come yet, to be honest.
Yeah, man. All right, it's that time of the show. We jump into the roll call. Got to see who's here. See all my guys, man. Number one spot, dude. The winner of today is Itsutoshi. You're number one, but I'm just kidding. Have you ever got the number one spot?
Never. I've never ever got number one. No, technically though, I like sort of maybe got it today. So like I'll take that win. Yeah, but yeah, no, I've never got it, mate. Someone always beats me here. Like it's like I get front runned on it every time. It's disgraceful.
I know you're in the top 3 a few times, but so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but for today, Kai Effect, congratulations to you, Kai. You are number one. You win today. Congratulations. You win the last one before the conference, so you are the winner. And we got Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. He loves me and I love you. And then we have Crypto Noob is here. Lackey Lukey is here. One of our mods, Danny Boy. Shout out to Danny Boy, man. Then we got Weedro in here. He says, not bullish enough. Shout out to you, Webdro. Followed by BitRens from Australia. Shout out to you, BitRens. And then another one of our mods, Tim Baker. Shout out to Tim, man. Always here. And then we have, let's see, we have Patrick. Mitty is here. He's a 10th. Let's go. Mike's World is here. I Walk Alone. I love reading what I Walk Alone writes. He says, GM fam, Bitcoin pimp after Nashville. Don't forget to like and share. We're still going after 30K. Hell yeah. And then he goes, LOL pump. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But if you want to pimp Nashville, do your thing. I Walk Alone. Reziak is here. Pilko is here. PJNZ says, lies. I'm so bullish. Let's go. I don't know if you're bullish enough though, PJNZ. Then we got our boy Yasher. Shout out to Yasher, man. He's one of our he helps out so much. One of our mods. He helps out so much with the Telegram group. I just have to go in the Telegram group and then everything's right there for me. So shout out to you, my friend. And we got No. No. He says, I love the dedication and consistency of everyone. Let's effing go. Yeah, you guys in the chat, man, you guys are the most consistent thing about the show. Shout out to all you guys. And then we got Big Goofy guy. He says, here for a third time, setting a reminder at 11. Shout out to you, Big Goofy guy. Thank you so much, man. And we got Mr. Sheedy. I'll be hanging out with Mr. Sheedy. He's going down to Nashville. That's going to be a good time. I'm going to be hitting you up, Sheedy. So get ready for a good time, my friend. Followed by Dream Baked here all week, man. Congratulations to you. You are just consistent. Cheedy is here. Shout out to you, Cheedy. Chief Axel's in the building. Yasher says, please smash the like button and subscribe. We grow if we help the OR grow. Hell yeah. The bigger the show gets, I think biggest the Ordinal gets, right? So, and we got Sharma is here. Shout out to Sharma. He said, Sabco, good evening. I'm over bullish. You better be Sharma. And then we have my boy E-Buck, man. Shout out to E-Buck. Says AOGM fam. Ant-Man is here. No Limit Dude. We got the Chain Watchers here. Bitmap Gallery. Wayne Taylor. Let's see. Oh, we got my man Isa Toshi's in the building. Crypto Slow just confirmed she's not coming. What? All right, Crypto Slow. Kello is here. Francis doing. He said, drop a link. Let me into the party. Let's do that, man. You want to bring Francis up here?
Yeah, that'd be all right. I thought he was meant to be having a fight. It's a big fight, wasn't it, between you and Francis?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now, Francis.
Yeah, man.
Let me see. Oh, sorry. Like, there he is.
You remember that guy who was talking about Kamala when he said she's not coming? I think he was talking about crypto.
Oh, okay.
I think he was talking about Kamala, perhaps. That's it, yeah.
All right, Frank. Oh, it's gonna be crazy if Francis hops up in here. I sent you a link, my friend. Keep going. We got DJ is here. Zaza Ben Said is here. Ordinals Tweets is here. Jesus Ferrigny is here. Then we have Crypto Slow said Kamala's not coming. Okay, well that's good news because I didn't want to. I kind of didn't want to deal with that. Francis is paying for a bottle service. All right, let's go. LSR is here. No Limit Dude again, and that is it, man. That is your roll call. Thank you everyone for being here every single day, man. Appreciate all you guys, man. But and see if Francis hops in here. But if not, we just kind of keep it moving. Lightning Labs just announced that Taproot assets are live. Bob Bodley put out a tweet on this. He says that Taproot assets on Lightning bringing trillions of stable coins volume to Bitcoin. What do you think about the Lightning Labs and this Taproot assets live on Bitcoin? Lightning.
Well, I think it's quite interesting. I've been slipping a little bit because you showed me this and I hadn't quite seen this tweet, but upon reading it, yeah, it's very interesting because Lightning's faster, so I think once we see high fees again, there's going to be a use case for being able to do that, and I think you'll see people using it. So yeah, it's really interesting, cool stuff.
Yeah, imagine swaps and stuff like that on Lightning. I'm not sure of how Lightning can do it, but obviously people minute the frogs on Lightning, so it's definitely possible. And now with the Taproot assets and stuff like that, I'm curious of what gets built on there. Lightning could be huge for runes and stuff like that. I mean, obviously they're going to make a new token standard, and we need to get the first token, right? Whatever the Lightning Taproot, whatever the first. I think it's gonna be Lighty or something funny like that. But whatever the first token is, we gotta get that, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I do think people will use it. Like, I mean, a lot of like you said, the Bitcoin Frogs mint was on there. Bitcoin Burials, they did their mint through Lightning too, and it was really quick, very seamless. So very usable service. I think it was done by DZ, DZ Labs. So that's quite good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Francis says, "Where did you send the link to?" I sent it to your Twitter, buddy. Send it to your Twitter. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think Lightning's. I think it's gonna be pretty big. If they get, I would like to bridge runes over there, right? So imagine being able to send it that way, and Lightning being really the only real L2, I think would be big. Right now, before Opcat, when Opcat gets, it's gonna be a little different, but still Lightning. It's pretty fast. I've sent sats. I'm in this testing app, right, where it's going live in Nashville, but the team is letting me test it out. And we've been it's like a chat room, but every message you put, you have to you spend one sat in the message, so it's pretty cool. And then at the end, the sats are gift it to somebody. So that's to say there's a huge conversation happen, like 1,000 messages. Someone just wakes up one day and has a 1,000 sats in their stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. But I'm getting bigger in Lightning. I can't wait to learn more in Nashville.
See, the thing I most like about my Lightning wallet is I've just opened it now, and someone sent me $10 last year, and it's now worth $26, and it shows me that in the app, so I can see how much Bitcoin's gone up by just holding it in there. So yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah,
but I do like it, and it's good for. I think people will use it more in shops and stuff, you know, for transactions, because no one's going to stand there and wait for 10 minutes or longer for a block to confirm. They're going to use something like that in a shop. So yeah, it's a good use case.
Where did I send the link then?
I think it's just an excuse. He's looking for excuses. He's dipping and slipping. He's Francis. What's going on?
I could have sworn I put the link in. Let me just check it, make sure. Let's see. Maybe I didn't. All right, cool. All right. So I don't know how familiar you are with Tap. Are you bullish on the Tap ecosystem at all?
Not vastly. A friend of mine is. He gives me grief for it all the time. But I did at first, but I lost a bit of interest in it, to be honest, and I got interested in other things. But I have a little, not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're pretty big on it. I think it's going to be one of the top ecosystems. I think it's just getting a lot of hype right now. We had the Tap team, a bunch of Tap guys on yesterday. There he is.
You're not bullish enough. Oh no! Don't make me sing your own intro on your own show, bro. Don't make me sing your own intro on your song better than the guy too.
Shout out to Sam Sage for the song though, but I don't know. You did do a good job. You got the studio. Yo, it looks fucking phenomenal.
Dude, I have to come professional this time, right?
Oh, that's awesome. So what's been going on, Francis? How are you, man?
I think last time I was in my car all ghetto. No, I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great. You know, just something I wanted to see. I thought the gentleman we have on the show right now was the guy who sang that intro to your thing. I thought it was my bad. I'm giving him way too much credit. But what I would that's my boy though. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. Yeah, no, but that's not me who was singing though. But no, he's a great singer. You're not bullish on Sam. What's wrong with you?
No, I know you on Twitter. I know you're from Twitter, right? What I would say is this, yeah. So for us, really, you know, Nashville is going to be a big event. You know, Shizzy, how I'm not no stranger till I get my ass down there where the alpha is. Didn't have no plans to go to Nashville. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it is the biggest event. There's a lot happening there for whatever reason you want to be there. But yeah, we wanted to target the more, niche sort of like events, right? The layer twos or, specific ordinals. But hey, I mean, yeah, it's going to be big, right? And there are side events too. So yeah, there's a bunch of other shit you could partake.
Are you going to jump on a plane?
Well, it's not even about that. It's like, yeah, I really thought about it. I had some family members come visit me over the weekend for my father-in-law's birthday party, and they had a bunch of cancellations in their flight and shit. I'm like, man, I just don't want to deal with no fuckery. Like, if I go there and like the plane will get canceled, I'm already behind. I'll miss one day. It's just too late, too soon. Too soon, too late kind of thing. So for me, I'll probably save it for Singapore in September. For sure.
We're definitely going out there. Yagobi already booked. I got a book. I'm gonna book it to Nashville. Definitely. I'm gonna make sure I get all that stuff down.
So could I say my piece on Taproot assets? Do I have your permission?
I love it.
But let me tell you this, because when we have that debate, Brian asking for permission. That debate, I'd ask for permission, bro. But we'll save that content for another day. So Taproot assets was actually mentioned in Domo's BRC20 standard experiment, right? The handbook. He said that what we're building here right now, this is an experiment with BRC20s. But what's unequivocally a better option is, at the time it was Taro assets, and then they rebranded to Taproot assets. So I actually, I might unplug it. But this right here is a Lightning network and a Bitcoin Core node. And I, got a long time ago just for that. Very simple, super easy to use, pretty much a plug and play. You sync in the entire history of the blockchain. Couple of other things. The Telegram chat for this company is very friendly too, and that's what I got this for. Now, Taproot assets, for whatever reason, not just Taproot assets on Lightning, RGB, anything existing on Lightning. Not Lightning, I can't say that, but on layer 2, let's say, right? It just doesn't get the adoption from the West. China is all over it. They love it, but for some reason over here, I just don't get it. It's not getting much love. Now, what the team behind RGB says is that Lightning Network, they did a more of a corporate approach. They implemented something in the code that isn't compatible with RGB on purpose, and they just want to be the dominant force. I don't know if, some sort of conflict there, but for whatever reason, the West isn't buying into it. I don't get it. I love it. I think it's amazing. Like having tokens up there too. I don't know if it'll be a similar success, but it does make sense to me.
Yeah,
but I'm always the fucking crazy one. I'm always the fucking crazy one, all right? I mean, like, what do I know?
Do you think we can put swaps on Lightning?
I think that how you could do these things, they have some really cool utility up there. So for example, in your live stream right now, you could go to like their version of the App Store and you could have a QR code here and say you want to do a contest of like giving away whatever it is, 1,000 sats, 5,000 sats to the first 100 people. You could do that. You know what I mean? And like all they need to do is have a Lightning wallet, bust it out on their phone, scan the QR code, and they get the sats. So they got like those interactive sort of like applications, and I think they are cool for the most part. And a couple others, but all this swap stuff, I mean, I think eventually it would. But if everyone is going to have to own a node, I think that's going to be one of the barriers to entry, so to speak. If they could alleviate the node, then I think it'll be a huge success. But that remains to be seen.
Yeah, that was a problem that I had yesterday. So after Bob Bodley tweeted about the Lightning and everything, I went to go jump in and I was going to get a wallet. You got to buy the first coin, right? You got whatever the first coin is over there, you got to buy it. So I was like, I figured it out, and then I realized you needed a node and all that stuff, and I was like, all right, I'll just wait until someone makes it more simple, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So yeah, man. So too. I'm going to a fractal Bitcoin thing in Nashville. The Fractal team's throwing something, and they've invited us there. It's like a brunch or something. So I'm gonna get on my my learning.
You're gonna come back so bullish on Fractal, bro. Nothing else is gonna matter anymore for Shizzy. He's just gonna be a Fractal fanboy. And that's one of the reasons why. Well, pretty much the reason why I reconsidered of heading down to Nashville. Was for that event, right? Like for me, it's more about like meeting the people, talking to them, seeing their body language, getting a feel for them, and then making a move from there. Because I got some plans for Fractal, but we'll see what happens later down the road. I got a pretty cool idea, I think, but we'll see what happens with that. But that's the reason why I was reconsidering going down there because of that. Prior to then, I think about 3 weeks ago, they never mentioned that they even had anything happening in Nashville.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like the usual suspects. I think like the whole Layer 2 squad is having their side events. The bit layers of the world. Not too sure if Merlin's doing something. Familiar faces. So it would have been just like the previous strips. But Fractal, definitely want to squeeze some alpha out of them. See what they got to say.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at their social media right now,
about going to that breakfast too, the big names. So I was just saying, there's quite a few people who are quite big, notable names going to that breakfast too that I've noticed. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. Indeed.
Yeah. I think Shizzy is allergic to dim sum, though. He wouldn't enjoy the breakfast, the Chinese breakfast. I'm joking. I don't know.
I'm not sure what that is.
You don't know what? Oh, frig, bro. You're going to love it. Just close your eyes and just chew. You don't want to see it. I mean, close your eyes and open your mouth. You'll enjoy it.
So the main reason I said yes to going was because our debate. So if anyone doesn't know, me and Francis are going to debate runes versus BRC 20s. And we're gonna have Yagobi be the center there, so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna do it next week. Let's schedule it right now.
I think you're gonna need your full concentration in your studio, but we need a moderator. We could use our boy here, but I feel like we told bro, I could give people a prequel of. I could give them a preview right now. I'm about to drop that fucking fire. Trust me. But what I would say is like I just want to say this first of all. What people don't, I think most people misunderstand with me. I don't pledge allegiance to any one particular thing. If something else is going to have a better use case, enhance it with a technology, or bring a better trading experience, I would adopt that over whatever I think is good or not and go with it. That's all. I just want to make that clear. So I think there's a false pretense on what I believe in from, I won't say majority, but a good portion of the public out there. And I think with newcomers coming to this space, they haven't been here as long as myself and yourself and others, who I believe I have witnessed tokens on Bitcoin get captured and centralized from a cohesion of centralized influencers. That's all I'm saying. Now, does that make the entire protocol fucked? No. But there is some questionable acts that took place. That's all. If you were here from the start, but newcomers, fools rush in near the end and they don't see the full picture. That's all. And that's not unique to crypto. That's around the board in any market. And that's just my main point. But I really want to save the real, the real fire for the real main event. But if you want to go at it now, bro, we can do whatever you want.
No, I mean, but my main point is the technology itself, right? I mean, it's UTXO based, so you're able to do a lot more with it, right? So we're partnered with a few teams, and we're talking like, and they're doing stuff with runes, and we tell them like, why aren't you doing with BRC20s? And they always come back with the same answer: transfer inscription. If it didn't have the transfer inscription, we would have had this out.
I am going to debunk the shit out of this. Those fuckers don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm not even a builder. I'll tell you why. I'm not even a fucking builder, and we figure this shit out. I just have a crazy mind, meaning like a crazy idea, and I asked if this is possible, and we made it happen. And this is what I mean by that. And I don't mean that literally, but that just like upsets me because they're not trying hard enough. Do you know what we did with the transfer inscriptions on SatHunter.com platform, bro? Dude, we literally do it where you don't even need to make the transfer inscription. We take the transfer inscription along with the payment of the token and put that in one block and send it. So there's no need to wait for a transfer inscription when it's being sent in the same block and being processed after one confirmation. So, I think Xforce does similar things too. So all this shit about transfer inscription is like, bro, like I think you're just riding with what's popular in the hype and you want to squeeze from that because the excuses that people are giving me don't make sense. If me, myself, I'm not a builder at heart, but I was able to figure it out, bro. You're either not trying hard enough or you don't want to try because of whatever reason. Personal preference, what's popular, I don't know. But I can't really buy into that fucking excuse, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, let's just say, with Bitcoin's block lock technology, there's teams now that are locking stuff up with the block lock. If you take a rune, right, it runs the same way as Bitcoin, you're able to lock that up on the block height. So you set a block height that unlocks a certain block height. You can't do that with BRC20s because of the transfer inscription. If you try to do that, you're not going to be able to undo it. You're going to have to send a transfer inscription to the lock block to be able to undo it. That's what I'm hearing. Like there's certain features on Bitcoin right now that you will not be able to access with BRC20s because it is a meta protocol on top of a meta protocol.
I don't know about all that. I think like at the end of the day, what it comes down to is the user experience. All of this shit of like, if an electrician wants to tell me he has to go and do some work behind the wall to make my light brighter, nobody really gives a shit about what's happening behind the scenes. They care about what's happening on the front end. Yeah. So I feel like that doesn't really matter that much to reinvent the wheel for all of that mumble jumble you just said that nobody gives a fuck about. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? And again, I have to stress this. I do not, favor one thing for the other or have allegiance to a certain thing, pledge allegiance. I really don't. Yeah. I just don't see like the big difference here. And, we could talk about what it does. And don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, sure. Transfer inscription. If you didn't know how to do it, how we did it. Yes, that is like, I would agree, right? I don't lie to myself. I think that is, not that user friendly and it's abolic. Sure. But you could fix that problem instantaneously. But the second half of that is what has Runes done in terms of the tech now and the experience that doesn't already exist? And it's not much. Like, look at the atomicals. You're a big fan for atomicals, bro. I'm gonna get you all giddy now if I say that word.
No, that's Yagobi.
Yagobi. That's right.
Yeah, I think atomicals was an amazing invention. I think Casey did steal the idea from atomicals 100%.
You said that, not me. You said that, not me.
Well, no, I truly believe that. I mean, he's seen it. He's seen it. He said, "Oh wow, this is cool. Let's do runes." Right? But atomicals, there's no one building on atomicals. That's the problem. People would say there's no one building, and that's the thing too. Everyone is building for runes. There is new runes products every single day. And
but why? Because they're brainwashed. They're hearing this every fucking way they go on Twitter, but they have no actual research on their own to see if this is actually the thing. This is the newcomers. What I'm trying to say. Oh shit. Okay. Well, he's saying it. It must be true. So, but again, if you really take a step back and you look at it in its entirety, it's really repackaged versions of maybe Atomicals, some SRCs, some BRCs. Put it in there. It's not real change. That's all I'm saying, man. And I was objectively correct on a lot of things, like, with the whole, people were giving me a lot of shit for being objective with my assessment in basic token economics. And I think, if you look at what the token we're talking about right now, where is it exactly what I called it? So, and I think as time goes along, it's necessary to take a step back and look at what was being debated to see who was correct. And it's not about who's right or wrong, but at the end of the day, I feel as though it's like an objective scoreboard. And the scoreboard says, in that regard, with that assessment, a lot of people losing terribly. And I was saying these things and a couple of other people who have been here from the beginning. And again, I don't want to see anything do bad. But if my data says this, how I do my research, which I'm not always correct, but I have to stick with it to be consistent. And if it points in that direction, I'm going to go with it. You know what I mean? And if it said dog to the moon, well, yeah, I guess somebody said it best. I guess the moon's in the middle of the fucking earth, if that's the moon. But you know what I mean? And look, I get it. I have a lot of bags. I have a lot of bags of things, but I can't lie to myself, right? That's just not how this game works. So, but yeah, I mean,
why not if you're the layer 2 foundation, why not just one-to-one
create Itotoshi's like, what did I get myself involved with?
What?
No, I don't expect how you expect to moderate this. I like both of you guys, so it's pretty much unmoderated. But yeah, enjoying it vastly though. So yeah, no, it's fun though.
Did you ever think you'd be in the middle of a debate with Shizzy and Francis live?
Dude, it was a random one too. Honestly, I came in here trying to be like to join in. I know you asked me if I could have joined earlier, but I didn't know what my day was going to be like today. Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it certainly wasn't on my plan this afternoon either. Sitting in between you guys having a debate, but no, it's very welcome though. So it's nice to actually speak to you both and hear what you both have to say. So yeah,
I'm not
going to be moderating very much. So crack on.
Yeah, I just feel like, some of my, the things that I say has logic behind it. You know what I mean? Not so much emotion, because what am I going to be emotional about? That's all.
Never a big fan of Dog though. Anyway, was she though? On the timeline,
it's because like, do you guys really want the full lay down on everything right now, or should I save some bullets? Like I got mad bullets though. I could offload some now.
Let's save some bullets. I think that's a good idea. But for me, like the biggest thing with runes is like, let's say Liquidium airdropped their token yesterday, right? Which was a big deal. I think Liquidium, it's the biggest DApp in Bitcoin. It's the only real DApp. They have a governance token now. Yesterday, I was able to vote on their governance, which is pretty cool, using a third party, which is awesome. I used their borrowing and lending. Satoshi has done as well. You can borrow, you can lend against. It's the closest thing that we have to DeFi on Bitcoin, right? Yeah. And they dropped their token. They dropped their token on runes, and it dropped yesterday. And I don't know. I've just had such a good experience with runes in general that that's why I'm just bullish on it. I had some BRC20s that I was trying to sell, and like I had to wait a 36-minute block for the transfer inscription, and that's the only part that just annoys me. And that's one of the things about Bitcoin. So I mean, as a user, as just a user looking into things, to me, Liquidium picked runes for that reason. Correct? They could have did BRC20.
I think Liquidium picked runes is because that's what's being spoken of now, Like a lot of people chose the metaverse, even myself included. Like I'm talking about sandbox and shit, right? And like, where is that? A lot of people chose AI, but where the fuck is that, right? I mean, AI is still around, don't get me wrong. But like, it's not really trendy. Today it may be runes, tomorrow it might be something else. You know what I mean? Fuck. So I feel like they're going with what's ever in now. And Liquidium, I like those guys. They're building some real shit. Now, is that a direct positivity from the standard or a team who was creative? That was the team who had to build something on top of the standard, but the standard didn't give it that capability. It was a creative, intelligent team that gave that use case to that specific app, let's call it, application on the framework. But the framework itself, you could do that on BRCs if you want, or SRCs.
Well, that's the question I have for you then. Why is Liquidium? Why can I borrow against my runes, but I cannot borrow against my BRC20s? And
they probably feel the market right now is runes. And
no, they have BRC20s on their thing coming soon. They had it coming soon since I want to say January, February.
From a guy who actually built too, I would say that and I'm just speaking from my experience, maybe I'm wrong. They want to serve that market first because that is the current existing, that's the primary market today. Due to a lot of, the biggest influencers in the space talking about it, for what reason, who never even was a token person, but all of a sudden wanted to be. They faded the original tokens. They talked bad about tokens pump and dumping, but all of a sudden one day they woke up and they wanted to be the biggest shills. I just don't understand it. I'm just asking questions. Why can't I ask questions? And when I actually reply back to the guy, he wants to fucking ban me. Like, you're disrupting flows of information now.
No, I mean, you're 100% right.
He wants me to sit down and jerk him off like everybody else on his fucking show. Make no sense. Don't make no sense. Let's ask some questions, bro.
missed out on the BRC20 craze, and they want to.
Not only that, they were never token guys. As a matter of fact, they didn't want to get involved with tokens because it looks bad.
Yeah.
That was the thing. He even mentioned tweets about Ord. He's saying, hey, I don't want to shift the markets and influence it. This could be pumping, like shit like that. There's countless tweets like this. So from a guy who's been in from the start to the end, I just want to know what was your change of heart? Is it because you realized that how all the stuff you spoke about wasn't really getting much traction as much as tokens on Bitcoin was? So you decided, oh, fuck, I guess we fucked up. Let's try to capture that again, which you did. And we could talk about the way they are in the first fucking 10. How is that fair, bro? How is that fair? It's a curtain of distraction, and behind it is a fucking rehearsed circus, bro. Okay?
Yeah.
It's easy to fool fucking people into space, brother. Believe me, right?
I mean,
Trust me.
You're right.
And they did a lot of questionable things. And, you know, you try to tell me some motherfucker's not into tokens. He just wants to be the fucking Jesus Christ of fucking ordinals and give everybody this free airdrop and not have none for himself every fucking day waking up like that, bro. You mad? The world doesn't work like that. So there's a lot of question marks.
Well, my argument back for that would be that, you know, he came up like over 100,000 new followers on Twitter, and his real push is Ord.io. So getting more eyes on Ord.io is beneficial to him, right? So having Dog gets him more followers, gets him well known around not just ordinals but other ecosystems as well. And what that does is he now retweets everything from Ord.io. Ord.io is amazing. I don't know if you've seen the updates lately. It's actually getting pretty amazing, where you can kind of see all the mints that's happening in runes and stuff. They don't do anything with BRC20s. Obviously, which kind of sucks, but you can kind of see the blocks. You can see every single mint and thing that's in the block. So, I mean, I think that's the argument against why he's pushing Dog so hard, even though he doesn't have a giant bag. Yeah,
well, I mean, like that's something you have to go on trust, right? Like what he said was, what did he say? He's like, yeah, full disclosure. What did he say? Full transparency, right? But when he was like talking about me, because I put this bounty as for fun, right? But it got a lot of fucking traction. What does that tell me? Motherfuckers just want free shit. They want free Dog. They want free Bitcoin. They don't give a fuck about you. They want that free shit. You know what I mean? So you ain't nothing special. As long as you're giving them free shit, they will fucking love you for life and defend you for life. So my point is, sorry, you're talking about Ord. Yeah. So the thing about Ord is this, and yeah, that's great. That's contributions, you know, and like as basic as it may seem to somebody, she still builds something and it contributed to the space. But I would say this, at the end of the day, it also comes with a monetization aspect, right? Or it went around asking people for money to invest, right? So there's always still the bigger picture is always making money. You know, nobody's a fucking savior here, bro. People they got to do the front to get what they want. So I'm trying to tell you guys. So I'm not saying they're evil, but there's more than what meets the eye. Could you see past what's in front of you? That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this, bro? And I'll keep it PG-13. I think I'm getting a little bit too carried away. Am I too carried away from the show? I hope not.
Let's go. No,
uncensored. Okay, so I'll say this. If I could just tell the audience one thing, and you have an amazing audience, by the way. No, it's nothing bad. Remember we had a talk? No, it's nothing bad at all. It's just like, I won't get into too much details, but we had like a private discussion, right? I was like, yo, Shizzy, let me call this guy. I think like I'm going crazy right here. Maybe I'm overthinking. Let me talk to another guy who knows the game too. And this is before runes dropped. And I was like, yo, Shizzy, what if I told you if runes, like I broke it all down to how it started, where it is and where it's going. And I said, hey, what happens if like the Dog is like one of the top 5 tokens? Do you think that's kind of suspicious after the things I mentioned? And you said maybe you might have a point. And sure enough, it became number 3. You know, again, I don't have to get into the entire story. Maybe I should so your audience can understand, but this is for you to remember. I don't know if you remember that call. And you're like, yeah, maybe you are onto something. Sure enough, that happens. You know, and then like this whole notion of like he's talking about like if it's the first time ever, well, if VCs want it, they gotta sweep the floor. Bro, it's the same shit. It's the same marketing from the previous tokens. What do you think they had to do then too? So, but yeah, so that was just another point I wanted to bring up if you remember that phone call though. Yeah.
So basically you were saying top 3 meaning Ordi, Sats, and Dog, right?
Yeah, I was just saying that how you don't find it weird that how so all of a sudden he's talking about this Dog thing and how they get these any ordinal that you have or whatever 3 of them you'll get airdropped, blah 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 blah. Again, that's something you got to go off of based off of trust. Right? Yeah. When you do the BRC20s minting, that's on chain. You got to go on chain to get it. Nobody's in charge of airdropping to anybody and trusting him because he does a show every fucking other day. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you
anyways,
can do that now with the 5-digit tickers, right? Like, let's say they wanted to do a dog version, they can go get, what you said did with pizza, which was obviously genius. I think that was one of the best thing that ever happens with the BRC20s, especially being a 5-digit ticker, kind of getting the momentum for all that. But like, my question to you is, why do you think that really hasn't taken off yet, the 5-digit tickers?
Yeah, good question. I mean, again, I think people are really just really into the whole runes protocol. The hype behind it was real. The 5 by ticker, yeah, again, the market has shifted towards to runes pretty much. So I really believe in, come September time, when other protocols start to like go live, Fractal and BRCs, we'll see like a different dynamic to how we pretty much spend our time and our experience trading these tokens here on Bitcoin. That's a little bit more soothing and pleasing to people. So maybe that might shift back to that market. And then another thing that comes to mind is it's like, why doesn't Magic Eden even support BRCs? It's like it's almost like they're trying to wipe something out. Look at Unisat, they're supporting runes, they support BRCs. This reminds me again, like people talk about Lightning Network not wanting to support RGB, and this is why all you hear about is Lightning. You guys should have really taken this book, Hijacking Bitcoin, from Roger Ver. He talked about Bitcoin Core, how they did the same thing with other implementations. But that's besides the point. Coming from somebody who's been from the start as well, right?
Bitcoin Jesus.
Yeah. So anyways, I guess, the cycle, things will always repeat itself here in this market. They'll have tribalism, you'll have centralization, people trying to use their personal preference to implement the culture, right? Based off of that. That's just how it is.
One thing I realized about the East, and I'm not trying to put any people in a box, but they're momentum driven. The East only plays the game when there's momentum. When there's no momentum, I don't care what it is, runes, BRC20s, tap. When there's no momentum, they don't play. They only play when it's time to go, and they come in together. They're very connected. When they get signal calls, they go nuts. That's why you saw things like rats. I mean, I got lucky as crap to get in that before they did, because they rode that up to 100x for me, right? Then same thing with Sats. When Sats got going, it was just they minted it out, and people were saying it was like 3 years to mint out. They minted it out in 2 months. It's all momentum driven. What do you think about that? And what do you think, like, when people say, the East ain't in runes, because there's no momentum yet. And once the momentum happens, no matter where it is, they come in droves and they don't leave until they suck out all the liquidity with them, right?
No, I agree with a lot of things.
The East don't like runes basically because you can't use like Japanese or Chinese characters. You can only use like Western characters, so it puts them off a little bit immediately. But I do like what Francis said about Magic Eden, because if they included BRCs, it'd be interesting to see.
They did originally
more popular,
and they failed.
Originally they did, yeah.
They failed. It was a terrible marketplace. It was horrible.
Yeah, but I think if you're really here to support the Bitcoin ecosystem, you should still have support no matter what, right? No matter what for it.
They're also they haven't listed the tap tokens. The tap tokens been out since September, and they haven't did anything for the tap tokens.
It could be a conflict of interest, right? We don't know what goes on behind the scenes over there. They're being approached by many different, protocols and coins and trying to make deals. So you really don't know what's going on over there. I really see a connection between the whole Leonidas crew, Magic Eden, there's this trifecta going on there, right? And like they can't even hide it. It's so blatant. So who knows what's really happening there? But again, this is a centralization thing, right? And that's my biggest issue with it. And those guys wouldn't want to fucking debate me on that, bro. Trust me, I'll expose them. That's why he blocked me. It's just the truth. There's nothing to be afraid of. When you're confident in your own value proposition and you can bring up those facts, bro, tit for tat, you don't want to see that guy. You just want to sit on that guy. So anyways, but sorry, the question was about the Chinese, right? Yeah, no, I agree with what it's Ichitoshi was saying. I agree with him there. The Chinese characters does play a role in that. However, I would also say, I've spent some time in Hong Kong. I've spoken to them. I even asked them about runes. And dude, they actually told me that and this is coming from them, I really mean this, that they didn't really see much of a difference, right? The transcription was not even their problem. It was the whole liquidity pool issue or the lack thereof, right? It was trying to buy tokens they don't necessarily like to buy huge amounts. They might buy a little small thing, whatever. They couldn't really choose how much they wanted to purchase over what's listed. So that was a big turnoff there, And I think Yagobi told me too that these long 14 characters minimum or 13, whatever it is, that presented a lot of issues and a design flaw, if you will, in terms of them being scammed, right? So people would just change like one letter of the character or something and have them buy that, and next thing you know, they're getting scammed. So I don't know. I don't even know what the hell was up with that 14 character thing. He's just like, I'm going to do it because I could do it. Yeah, I feel good. That's what it was.
Well,
You know?
in August, it's jumping down to 13. Or no, it's 13.
Yeah.
It was a 14 now, and it's dropping to 13. And then in December it drops to 12.
Bro,
And then in March it drops to 11. So
bro, do you think that how you know, like, dude, Casey got jealous with Domo, bro. That's the truth. Casey was a fucking prick at the beginning. People don't get this. You don't know. I'll say it one more time. 2023 February. No, Casey, okay, he did his thing. He wasn't present, never shown his face, didn't give a shit about it. He did his thing. I like, you know, he was like just quiet. So I messaged, dude, imagine February of 2023. I was messaging him about a rare sats if you could do certain things. He didn't answer. I said, hey man, it'll be great, you know, blah blah blah. He had less the followers than me. I'm just showing, like, nobody really, like, you know, he wasn't like the thing. The guy just blocked me, bro. Blocked me. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, cool, whatever. And I was still cool with it, you know. And then he was banning people from GitHub doing certain things. And then yeah, he never went on the Ordinals fucking show, right? I was going to say Ordinal Revolution. Never went on their show. Never cared nothing until one day, 6 months later, he's talking about building a token standard. Wow. Like, where did that come from? Where did that come from, bro? So it's just all bizarre. And those guys aren't even token guys. So again, anyways, I don't want to be.
He left it. He left in February, came back in I want to say October, November, and then right on November he starts talking about this. You know, obviously he sees Atomicals. That's when Atomicals got big. He sees Atomicals, the UTXO model, and he's like, I'm just gonna basically fork this fucking thing. And it's the same thing. I mean, runes, pipe, and Atomicals, same exact thing. Just different indexers. That's the only difference. So he did see that, and you're right. I mean, he could have been. He was pissed off about the way his indexer looked with all the BRC20s in it, right? So that one thing annoyed him. And
he's extremely he's an egotistical guy. He really is. He really is.
And you can tell from his podcast. I mean, you know, he trashes like the Blackwinner guys. Yeah. Some people don't like what they're building, but they're building something different.
What are they building anyways? Right? I didn't know they were building
the DMT stuff. Did you ever?
Okay. Yeah. I know they're big on DMT and NAT and pipe and track and that and pop and sorry, there's a bunch going on there.
Well, I've actually been getting big into it. So basically, you've got an M scribe, right? And then and that's you basically your picture of your ordinal depends on the block that you pick. So let's just say you got a crown. The crown is something to do with what happened in that block. You know, so the colors of different things and the way everything looks is that. So they're building. It's actually pretty cool. But like anyway, my point is, Casey basically in his last podcast said like the NAT DMT bullshit, and he hates on everything that he doesn't build.
He's extremely egotistical, brother. Believe you me, and I'm led to believe these guys fucking met up and said, "Hey, bro, you know what? We fucked up with these tokens. We could have made some money there. How about this? This is what we're gonna do. Let me come on your show, man. It's all fucking dude. You can't fool guys like me, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not the average schmuck. You know what I mean? And other guys out there knows what's up too. Other guys knows what's up too. I could say something now, but I respect this individual way too much, and everybody knows this guy. And he literally told me face to face the same thing. That's all I'll say. You
gotta hit me up later with this because I'm interested.
Face to face, this guy told me the same thing. He goes, bro, we know what happened, and you're 100% correct. Yeah.
Can I tell you?
Everyone remembers the text inscriptions as trash narrative, don't they?
Yeah, they hated bitmaps too, right? That was one thing that.
They're flooding that, bro. They're flooding that shit real good. So they're missing on all the biggest things: bitmap, BRC20 tokens, bro. And you are like the main influencers in the space, but you miss out on the biggest opportunities, or not even spoke about the biggest things. Why was it the biggest things? Because tokens on Bitcoin is the beating heart of ordinals. This is where the volume came in. This is where Binance came in. This is where all this shit came in. They're talking about Magic Eden's coming over. Bugatti's making a collection. These collections are migrating over. But I mean, for the past little while, they ain't talking none about that shit anymore. It's only about tokens.
No. Yeah.
So you were wrong, not you, but them. You were wrong, my friends. Like those guys were wrong.
They used to talk about generative art, right? They used to talk about inscription number 749.
Exactly.
Nobody cared about any of that stuff.
10K. Yo, Leonidas bought like the number 21 fucking Bitcoin for like 7 Bitcoin. Great fucking move. Great move. You are the best. Yes.
I do
So-
think that that stuff it will get popular, but I'm thinking that happens the back end of the cycle when people made a shit ton of money and they're just trying to
yeah.
collections and stuff.
I hope so, because I got a bunch of those too myself. So I got a little bit. I got a little bit of them. Because I figured if people were to value these things, I looked at it more like treasure, right? Like artifacts. I did, and I actually appreciated the rare sats thing. I could see where they were coming from with that. To really, because the whole physical coins, how rare that is, that's a big market. That could, probably spill over into a digital market, right? But yeah, we'll see. But I mean, look, what the guy did. If you're talking about influence, sure, that brand, he has that going for him. But when you talk about a guy that has NFT in his fucking Twitter ID, Leonidas NFT, and he's all of a sudden the Bitcoin guy who came from a culture of NFTs, which what do you do? How much money have we lost with NFTs? This culture of you get into this NFT, then you got to buy this the other NFT, and that Ponzi goes on and on and on and on, and everybody gets broke. He's the one telling us what we should do and what the rules should be, right? Personal preference based off of that, saying this is not the Bitcoin culture. He was talking about Rune's terminal and if they're going to do launch pads, it doesn't work out. Bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You want us all to be broke like your past NFT career?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't bring that culture here and call that Bitcoin when you got NFT in your fucking damn Twitter handle, dog. You make no sense to me.
Speaking of his past NFT career, why isn't he not doxxed? Why doesn't he show his face?
He probably did some bullshit, bro. I think there was a guy out there who actually made it known, and he put I forget who it was. Somebody sent it to me a long time ago. I don't really care. But he actually said what he did, what project he was involved, and how it went down. I don't know if it was a rug or if it was this. I don't think it was like that, but it was some suspect behavior.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to Hong Kong looking bro, Leonidas going to be here. Motherfuckers on a fucking a monitor, TV screen shit. You know what I mean? Everybody who isn't doxxed was doxing themselves in person. I don't know what he got to hide.
Yeah.
Gotta be something.
Let me ask you this: did you hear the rumor about Casey and Raktoshi?
I heard something about those, about that, but
I was in New York, and someone, I don't want to say who, but someone pretty big was telling me, they said that Casey and Raktoshi, and they helped create Ordinals, and so Casey was doing the Ordinal stuff, and Raktoshi was the one who created the Node Monkeys. I mean, the biggest collection in Ordinals right now. The Bitcoin rocks, I think they're going for like 3 or 4 Bitcoin, something crazy, there's 100 of them, and other collections. So Raktoshi was creating these collections on this thing, and Casey was that, and then Raktoshi burned Casey. He never gave him his cut in the early inscriptions versions and stuff. I don't know how true this is, right? But I'm curious of that rumor, and that's why Casey and Raktoshi have such a tough relationship right now.
Look, as I said, man, God knows what happens behind the scenes. Only God would know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot happening behind the scenes. There's a lot of invites to certain things, little circles. Like, I'll have private dinners with some people, and they're like, bro, shut the fuck up. Why are you talking this shit for to people? They're never going to get it. Dude, I swear to God, man, this is what they were saying. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I just got to speak from the heart, and that's that. So, you know what I mean, man? Like, if I was to get into something like that behind the scenes and try to do it and fool people, which I know I could get away with, bro, I might as well go do something that I don't want to do, which is like putting on the steel toe boots and go back to the construction site. That's what I would feel. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's that?
I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, dude, I keep those steel toes right by my door, so I always fucking see them every time I leave. You know what I mean? I don't want to go back there. But
Dude,
you know what I mean?
So funny. I do the same thing. I still have my steel toe from machining.
Right. There you go. So for me, I can't really say for sure if that's the case. I've heard whispers of that, but I'm not gonna jump on it and say it for sure. But who knows? I wouldn't be surprised. What about you, Ichitoshi? Tell us. What do you think?
Can you still hear me? Oh yeah, you can do. My thing's moving. My headset died, so I wasn't sure if you could hear me.
No,
I don't know.
Good,
I think there's a lot to think.
I think it's just it could be just a rumor. I mean, but I do trust the person who told me he's very.
Anyway, you don't like people who don't show the faces. What's that all about?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Sure.
Yeah, you. I'm not showing my face.
No, that's not true. I feel as though. I'm only
joking, by the way. I'm not bothered.
No, that's a fair question, right? I'm open to even fair criticism. It's all good. It's not about that. I just feel as though, this whole, semi-anonymous thing, people will use the excuse as, oh, well, Satoshi, he's anonymous, and they want to go do that. And this is when the NFT culture came about. That became prominent. it was normal now just to not show your face. But I feel as though people didn't want to have any accountability, especially people with these NFTs who are raising money, right? I think if you're going to raise money, you should show your fucking face, right? Because like my first and my last name's out here, I can't, even if I want to run off, which I'll never do, you guys can always find me. So I got none to hide. There's no skeletons in my closets, right? So I just feel as though in certain instances, depending on what you're doing, I feel as though you should show your face in certain instances, right? But I also respect anonymity. I do, but it depends on what you're doing with yourself and your brand, and
No, I do think that's fair, because it's like you say. I mean, the guy's got a website. He's like trying to run like a big, like proper established enterprise kind of business thing. So he should really show his face to some extent. I do get what you mean. But yeah,
maybe one day he would. I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing though, is like you being fully doxed. Me, I'm fully doxed now. Like we have an LLC, so I'm you pretty much find my address. Does that? It's kind of scary though. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't. I mean, you got to feel the same way I do. Anything can never happen. You find a crazy person, I mean, who has nothing to lose, and it's scary.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't live best of both worlds. You can't want this and not be like tell yourself you're not willing to take that risk either, right? You know what I mean? Like you can't have it all. There's risks with everything, and you have to be willing to risk something like that. But I mean, yeah, there are messed up people out there. I've gotten that all the time. I'm like, well, I'll see you when I see it. Like, when am I going to say it? Like, I'm not that type of guy. Obviously, we all have a history and a past. I'm a grown ass man now. I got kids. But if it ever comes down where my life is in jeopardy, brother, I'm thinking of my children, bro. You ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I have to defend myself. So I wouldn't let that get in the way of me not wanting to dox myself and wanting 100%. To have it all. Having the benefits that comes with certain things in this industry. I feel like you have to be you have to earn that, and part of that. And again, I'm talking about if you're raising funds and doing mass scale projects. I just feel you should be doxed.
Yeah, 100%.
So the accountability.
Anyone out there? So very out there, Francis is saying, if you come, you better not miss, because
yeah, bro. Yeah, you know how it is, man.
No,
come on,
just
you're from
I feel
Philly,
the same
bro.
way.
You're from Philly, bro.
If you come, don't miss.
And our boy over here sounds like he's from Manchester United. He's from Manchester. I mean, I know it's rough down there too. So
no, mate, I'm from Leeds, right in the middle of Yorkshire. It's like farmer country. So
okay.
It's like where no one comes, mate. It's all quiet. So yeah, you can get away with anything. Yeah,
that's where you dispose of the bodies. Okay, joking.
Exactly, yeah.
I'll call you if I need.
Speaking of that, this is a joke. They say, where's the best place to hide a dead body?
Where?
The second page of Google. Nobody looks there.
All right, guys. Saying as well though about being a successful person, you can be a successful person and not be a public figure and still get targeted by a crazy person. So you may as well live for yourself and do everything you can do.
No, 100%. I agree with that for sure.
That's true.
All right, guys. Well, I got a plane to catch and I got a little bit more stuff to do, but I appreciate Francis, dude. This was amazing. I can't wait to do it again, dude. Let's do it next week, man. Let's plan this thing, get this going. Whatever day you're available, let me know. We can do it pretty much any day. Wednesday, Thursday. I think we got some stuff on Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday and Thursday, man, we're open.
Yeah. Either or, any of those 2 days works for me.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for having me up. I'm sorry I couldn't be a more aggressive moderator, but I quite like you both. I'm a bit more just a fanboy of both, just sat here minding my own business. It was great fun.
Go check out. What do you think of this artwork? This is Satoshi. His little project. Him and his daughter created it.
Okay.
They're working on together. I think that's genius, dude. I love it.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the colors on the pops on, man.
Don't buy one. It's a complete pyramid scheme. It's a massive scam.
No,
I'm only joking. But it's just it's a little bit of fun that me and my daughter made, and I made them with recursion, so they were quite cheap for people to do. So no one got.
I'll actually cop a couple. I'll cop a couple.
Good lad. Any good? Look at that.
I will.
I got a bunch. I bought a bunch of these. Shout out to you, Atoshi, man. I just appreciate builders. I mean, Francis, you're a builder in the space. Toshi, you're a builder in the space, man. I appreciate builders because being someone who just podcasts, right? I help teams. I do help some teams, but being someone who podcasts, you definitely have to appreciate the builders in the space for sure.
No, I really appreciate it. Well, I'd only done them mainly to try and get my daughter interested in programming, which it did do. So, I mean, she's like, me and her are making like a little game that we're trying to put the worms into eventually, but it's nothing that's going to be like you don't buy them to make any money. It's just, a bit of a passion project of my own. But yeah, just a bit of fun. So. Yeah.
So I'm going to say it so you don't have to. Go, guys. go buy one of these. Do it for his daughter.
Exactly.
Don't buy one, yeah, and then you can wiggle along with the rest of us. So, yeah.
Let's onboard the new generation into Bitcoin right now. You know what I mean?
Indeed, that's the dream, yeah.
Real quick though, so you're creating a game with this as well, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to make like a little game. So basically, you'll be able to. I've got a little bit of the front end already made, so you can like pick a body of the worm, then the eyes, the mouth, and then you'll be able to build up like a little village. We're going to call it a worm mound for your character, and then hopefully, if all goes well, you'll be able to play with other people, and they'll try and steal your resources while you build up a little village. So just a bit of fun, really, for something for me and my little girl to do together and try and do something fun together.
I love it, man. I'm trying to steal some resources.
I love it.
I'm one of those guys. I
I'll show you
other people's villages and steal their take over the villages and stuff. It'd be quite fun.
Let me just play a quick clip here. Speaking since we're talking about our daughters, if you don't mind. So I asked her this morning. She's watching her iPad. Hold on.
How's it going there, little girl? What are you doing here on a summer day, watching your iPad, all this YouTube stuff? Why don't you come downstairs with your daddy and let him show you how he makes money so you can learn how to do the same thing? I got Bitcoin. You got Bitcoin already?
So she's saying she don't need to learn how to make money. She got Bitcoin already. I don't know.
Dude, in 20 years, I don't know how much she has, but in 20 years, she's probably gonna be richer than us. Right?
Shit, bro. Something my parents never did for me. All good.
100%, dude. Yeah, my kids got iPhones. I make sure they have an X First wallet with some Bitcoin in there, and I tell them, I show them what they're doing stuff, but they're just not interested, man. I got a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old. They just don't give a crap about.
That would change. That would change. Don't worry.
That's what it's all about, though, isn't it? And although it's all about like for the families and for the next generation, putting it there forward for like. Yeah, so no, it's good. But I've got a little girl, little boy. Little boy couldn't care less. Little girl's actually interested in it, thankfully. So yeah, half a battle won.
Hey, Itoshi, let's go because I know Shizzy has to catch a plane. But before he does that, he got to chop up his UTXOs. He might be late. So let's let him go.
When you say that, I picture someone with a credit card. Just
Epic.
All right, I got to get ready for that.
Okay, bro. Thanks for letting me come on, eh? Have a good time down there. I'm looking for some alpha when you come back. Yeah.
Definitely.
Guys. Safe travels.
Okay, yeah.
See you guys.
All right, see ya.
Peace, man. Amazing show, guys, man. I had so much fun. I felt like you guys weren't even watching. That was so much fun. I want to hit on some of your comments real quick before we send this out, because I do feel bad. I kind of ignored you guys a little bit. But let's see. Any questions in here? I have an idea for an Ordinal collection. Any pointers on how to reserve the name I have in mind? Hit me up on No Limit. Hit me up on X. I can help you out with that. I can get you in touch with the people you need to get in touch with. So definitely reach out to me at Shizzy Sats. Let's see. Superfan says shout out to Itoshi and Francis. Yeah, thanks to those guys, man. They guys help so much. She said he signed up for the Fractal Breakfast too. Awesome. I hope to see you there. Hot news. Next time I'll definitely ask him about Merlin next time. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see. Any more questions here? I think that's it. DJ Clitter says, I will see you in Smallsville. I'm about to land. Hell yeah, DJ. Hell yeah, dude. I'll be there soon. Looks like you got internet on the plane, but shout out to you guys. But guys, today is, if you guys don't know, today is Traverse Security Wednesday with Traverse. Traverse is absolutely amazing. They are a cold storage vault on Bitcoin. If you don't know what they are, you need to be checking them out. Let's see if I can bring this up. So if you guys go to Traverse, bring up my screen. Go to traverse.com or traverselabs.io. These guys do an amazing job here. You kind of go to their vaults. And so what this does, it's you basically get a Google Authenticator code, and you also get a code your email, and that is the only way to send your assets out. So let's just say you had something in this vault right here, and if you see my Shizzy vault, I got my Shizzy in here. You will need Bitcoin to send out, so make sure you take this address, you send your ordinal that you're trying to keep safe. And in this situation, I'm trying to keep safe my Ordinal Revolution. And I got some Bitcoin in here as well. So let's just say you want to get this out of here, right? Unfreeze asset. I'm going to confirm. And then I have to get my wallet here. So I'm going to go here, get my Unisat wallet up. All right, I'm going to click this, confirm. Oh, got to put the address. So I'll go to my Unisat wallet. I'm gonna grab my address here because I'm sending it. Yeah, this is connected with that wallet, but this is a cold storage vault. So you kind of go in here, you're gonna hit paste, and then you confirm. And you're gonna pick the thing. I'm gonna pick 18 sats. At least the sats number is back up, right? The sats for VByte, so that's a good sign. And then I'm gonna need my email and my code. So I'm gonna go into both of these things here. First, I'm gonna go grab my email code. So I'm gonna go up here, hit the go to Gmail. So I'll go to the Gmail. Go up here, get the verification code. I'm going to copy this, jump it back here, go to the email, paste that in. I'm going to get my Google Authenticator. Where is the Google Authenticator? Go down. All right, and that code is 679-997-35. Boom. And I'm going to proceed. And it's going to give me an estimated network fee. I'm going to proceed. And it's going to ask me to sign on the wallet. So look, 3 factors. That's how safe the asset is in there once you send it out. You need your email, your Google Authenticator, and your wallet address. And that is why, social consensus is a big thing. People say like, oh, this will never happen to me, right? Never happen to me. It does happen, guys. So having this third layer of security is a big deal. And it helps me sleep at night. It helps, I think it's also better than most hardware wallets too, because you can't send your ordinals there. You can't send your runes there, but you can on Traverse Labs. Traverse Labs is, guys, check them out. Check out the vaults. Create a vault. You don't gotta send anything to the vault. Just open a vault up. Check it out. I'm telling you guys, having that third layer of security. Let's just say like I'm going to Bitcoin Nashville this weekend, right? I don't want to bring anything on my phone because if I connect to any Wi-Fi, anything like that at all, I want to lock it in a vault so that way if they do end up getting my wallet, they will not be able to take my assets because they're in my vault. That they need my email and my QR code, right? So even if they steal my phone, they still have to figure out where email it is, what QR code it is. It'd still be almost impossible for them to get that out of there. My asset is safe until I'm ready to take it out. So guys, check out traverselabs.io. And let me see. Where is that? Traverse. There it is. So yeah. And you just remember they are a cold storage vault. It's kind of like a cold storage wallet, but it's an actual vault with the 3 layers of security. And yeah. So definitely check them out, guys. Appreciate that. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush today. Got to catch this plane. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me and being in the comments. You've got any more comments in here? Yep. Mostly assets that go. Will the fee amount be the same? Yes. So here's a question here. Can I send multiple assets at one go? Yes. So if you had 10 assets in there and you want to get them all out at one time, it's just one fee. You send it just like you would send on Magic Eden all together. Personal stupid question. But do you have a Traverse tokens? I do. So we have some Traverse tokens. Not a crazy amount, but we're bullish on the Tap ecosystem for sure. I think there's not many tokens that over there that you can buy. I mean, obviously minus Tap, Track would be one, and then you have a few more like Ghosty and Traverse. So I own all the top tokens in that ecosystem. Just you never know which ones takes off the hardest, right? So. Yeah, and that's the show, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us all week. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Go check out ordinalrevolution.com, guys. We have some of the best articles over there. And obviously, if you're going to the convention, you can still buy your tickets online. So check that out, guys. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys on Monday. And check out the YouTube. We're gonna have shorts and a whole bunch of stuff over there all week. We're gonna get you guys most in depth. We're gonna make sure it feels like you guys are there with us. So definitely check that out, guys. And we'll see you on Monday. In the words of Yagobi, peace.
We OG, or no G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin sets a overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to upload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Rooms is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Run stuff.
Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.